Alrighty guys, now with Microsoft struggling, they've come up with an idea. I think this is a great idea for the brand. Of course, there's no games coming out no time soon. And I still believe, Microsoft is planning to pretty much give up on this gen and get ready for next gen. That's my belief. And they're showing it with no games. But now, good news to me, this is good news and bad news, of course. But Call of Duty now, Microsoft is thinking about putting the game out day one on Game Pass. Now, this is a big deal. A lot of Call of Duty players out there. Would this make a lot of people switch to Xbox for just Call of Duty? I think a lot of people would. I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, it's not going to be huge, but I think they would gain maybe a million more people on Game Pass or something like that. Maybe something like that. I don't know. But I think it's a good idea to do this because, let's be honest, they have no games. They're struggling. They shut down studios. They buy studios. They're shutting them down now. And they have to do something to keep the brand out there, I think, because they have given up on this generation. Whether you want to admit it or not, they have. It's over for them. They're not going to catch PlayStation. And even though Sony has, no games coming out, at least they have a few games coming out. I mean, I hate to say no games, but they have a few, like Helldivers came out of nowhere. That really helped Sony out this year, of course. So what they're going to have to do, people, it's obvious. This is a good move. And at the same time, it's a bad move because, of course, they're thinking about doing another price hike on Game Pass Ultimate. That's what I've got. I think they're going to do a price hike on it, they said. But I don't know what it is right now. I think it's $15 maybe. But just something they trying to do here to, make Game Pass a better value, I guess. Maybe they're bleeding subscribers. Who knows? Maybe they're losing subscribers on Game Pass. But this is a good way to try to make it look better, I guess you can say. Because they are pretty much at the bottom right now. Whether you want to admit it or not, they're struggling. When you're closing studios, when you have no games coming out, when all you report is revenue, but you don't report profit. Again, revenue is different than profit. Like I said in my last video, if I make $1,000 today, but I spend $1,200 to make that $1,000, I lost $200. It's that simple. They report revenue, but they won't report their profit. Well, so that makes sense. So, will this make people jump over from PlayStation? Now, you got to remember, when this comes on Game Pass, it'll also be available for PC users. You have to remember that because Game Pass is on PC. It's not just an Xbox thing. But think about that now. Still a lot of Call of Duty players out there. It still makes a lot of money every year, Call of Duty does. And this is a great way for Microsoft to stop the bleeding or slow it down until they can get some games out. And I think it's just a great move overall because if, Call of Duty, you're like, well, buy Xbox and Game Pass and get Call of Duty day one. But now, of course, they're probably still going to charge, for the map packs or what, if they still have that stuff. I don't know, but they'll charge for the bonus content and stuff. They'll probably have more transactions in the games. They probably already have a lot as it is. I've not played Call of Duty in years, so I don't know. But there'll be more. They'll think we can make more money on micro transactions and stuff like that. Give the game away pretty much on Game Pass, and make it back, on transactions and stuff like that. That could be what they're going to do also. But with a price hike, you wonder what the price hike is going to be now, because they may planned on raising Game Pass anyway. And they thought, well, we raise Game Pass these $4 or $5 or whatever it's going to be. We're going to lose a lot of people. So in order to keep those people or not make it less of an impact, let's add Call of Duty to Game Pass. If that makes sense. Now, that's one thing I was thinking about also. But it is what it is with Microsoft. I think this is a good way to get your name out there. Get people talking about Xbox again, if that makes sense. Because really, all you have is bad news, it's really, hard. It's hard to come back from all this bad news Microsoft's getting. And they're getting a lot. It's disappointing. But like I said, I believe they will bounce back. They're going to give it one more final go on the next gen when they come out with a handheld and a hybrid, maybe a hybrid like the Switch or something like that. I think they're going to give it one more chance. to really try to make money here. And if all else fails for Microsoft in the hardware business, they still got all these studios where they can just produce games and put them on PC and PlayStation and Switch. So even though Microsoft consoles may eventually go away, they're not going. The games, they're still going to have whatever. They have no games really, but they're eventually going to have some games. I still believe they will eventually have some games worth buying. Just imagine if Helldivers 2 came out on Xbox, how that would have helped Microsoft on Xbox and PC. That would have been huge for them. So we'll see what happens with Game Pass. Now this is just, they said it's just being debated right now. Just being debated right now. But I think they should do this because this is a great idea. So anyway, guys, that's my thoughts on this. It is what it is. We'll see what Microsoft does. As always, give this video a thumbs up. And remember, destiny is all. We'll see you guys next time. Toodles!